Give me a minute. Wait, give me a minute.
No sanctions.
There we go. Shalom, shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashin Water in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children around the world in Paleo Hebrew language. Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Rokak Wadash Mahama, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit, holy, and in truth. The honors to the 144,000 chosen elect, the honors to the elders of GMS, the honors to the elders of Lion Den's camp, salutations to the Akims who are on the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, it's getting serious, right? Europe Union double standard, colonialism. We're gonna see what this man's gonna talk about to America and those that America keep insisting and helping. The title of this lesson, When the Wicked Bears Rule. Okay? Here we go. And suck if you hear the air conditioner, but it's too hot for me to have it off.
Against states. So Israel...
That's called diplomacy.
No. Diplomacy can be made only with countries that respect international law. You, as an entity, you do not respect international law.
There is propaganda in Europe. There is also propaganda in Russia.
No. We are not saying anything. You are claiming that Russia is fighting awful, cruel war. But you haven't used the same words when Israelis were killing Palestinians. You haven't used the same words when Americans and Israelis were killing Lebanese and Iranians. Because if I ask you one easy question, what are your beliefs? You tell me, well, we have European values. What are they? What are the European values? Don't tell me that your values are private property, they're sacred. Don't tell Russians. You seized enough of our property. Well, don't tell me that it's legal system. Come on. What you've done with your legal system, it's a joke. From Russian perspective, what came from Europe? Fascism, Nazism, slavery. Untermensch and Obermensch, what good came from Europe? You cannot find even one single European country, maybe Switzerland, that hasn't gained from colonies, from robbing other countries and people, from humiliating them, and been always in a position that they think that they have this moral advantage, that they can tell everyone else what to do and how to live. Isn't it? The way we see you is completely different from the way you see yourself. You think that we have to explain you something. We think that you should explain yourself to the world and admit responsibility for all the evil and all the deaths that you brought to other continents, for disrespect to the countries and people that suffered from European countries, starting from Belgium, Africa, France in a lot of colonies, Germany. It's hard to find a country that has not actually created awful crimes against humanity in its history. But Europeans think that it's okay, and they're still in a moral position to teach everyone else democracy and other stuff.
No sanctions against states.
There you go. As you can see, the whole world is sick and tired of the Edomites, the banksters, and the tiny hats. Okay? And that's why they're going to unleash, right, the judgment that they are all preparing for, to put a stop, right, to remove the people that are in power out of power. Of course, that's going to bring World War III. And the great news is that's going to bring also Yahweh and the host of angels. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people moan. Right? And that's around the world. People are, even the Edomites' own people are coming out on TikTok, on YouTube, on every other video stations. They're coming out more and more, all ages, right? They are angry because they did not live the glorious years of wealth that these elites are living and their children, okay? I want to jump to verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. And that's what we are seeing getting ready, therefore. That's how come they're getting more aggressive. That's how come they're building more, how can I put it, spying gadgets all over the cities in America, in the streets, in the stores. I wouldn't be surprised, maybe in the bathrooms, right? They want to know what everyone is talking about so they can use their psychology tactic on how to talk, the snakes that they are. Psalm chapter 37, verse 36. Yet he passes away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. That's going to get to a point where nobody's going to find no more the wicked. Where are they? Where did they go? What happened to them? But they were in authority. I don't understand. Right? But verse 30, give me a minute. Where was I? 36. I go to verse 37. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. Yeah, because some of us are going to be taken out, thrown into FEMA camp, be beheaded, right? I mean, they're getting ready to do all these bad, wicked, evil things to the people of God. The so-called eagles, martinez, and speckled birds that are doing the work in the name of Yahweh Shai. But we'll be at peace because we know that after whatever happens that is decided by Yahweh Shai to those that are doing the work, what they have to go through, we know that the next afterlife is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. But for the wicked, for the Edomite, the next afterlife is slavery for 1,000 years. So they're not going to go nowhere too far. I'll go one more step, verse 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. Yeah, people who want to transgress against their true identity, right? And protect and defend the wicked Edomites, well, okay. You'll be thrown into the second judgment, the second, what they call that? The lake of fire, and you will come back as babies, okay? You will not be there for eternity, okay? That's a bunch of lies that these 501c3 incorporated Christian churches tell our people, I want to go to, I gotta write this down, give me a minute. I want to go to Isaiah chapter 32. Give me a minute. Okay, I go to verse 1. At least I start with verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and prince shall rule in judgment. Verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place for the wind, from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as river of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Hmm? So, that goes with the Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, I believe it is, right? Where a man will have 7 wives. Okay? Also, because, Jake, the woman, the so-called eagles like speckled birds, they better start getting ready. Okay? This second shutdown, or this second civil unrest that's about to unleash worldwide, by the way, but in America, why do you think it's going to happen to you women when the bank system closes down? No money, no work. You are going to be used as currency. And Edomites, as well as 2/3 of our people, are going to kidnap you to put you to do what you've been advertising so willingly in the internet. Right? Prostitution. And since you've been doing it so gladly and willingly, well, this time you're going to be forced. Can you imagine sleeping with 100, 200, 300 men in one day, and then the next day do the same thing? Can you imagine there's no food, and you're seeing people eating people, and you are next on the list once you cannot perform no more? Well, something to think about. Wise for you to repent, right? And get the holy mark than getting the wicked mark. Verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. If you don't want to do that, well, it'll be on you, right? Verse 17, and the workers of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect of righteousness, quietness, and assurance forever. Woo. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 57, verse 2. He shall enter into peace. They shall rest in their bed, each one walking in his uprightnesses. Okay, why? Because the truth is magnifying every day more and more. And when his people, the ones that are doing the work in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, speak the truth, it moves mountains. Mountains means government, where they'll pee and poop in their pants. Okay? Jump to verse 20. Give me a minute. But the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose water casts up myrrh and dirt, means poop. Right? Because now that the whole world knows who they really are, nobody is listening to me. Nobody's afraid of me no more. I don't like this feeling. I don't like the way things are going. Let's press the button. That's the only solution you have, Edomite. Let me go back to Proverbs 29, verse 23. Oops, was it verse 20? Yeah, verse 23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. And boy, are the wicked Edomites prideful. Not only are they prideful, they're sore losers. Right? They still holding the president from Venezuela. Where is the president and his wife? What is going on with them? And how come they still holding them? They're breaking international law. Okay, that's committing treason. Moving along to verse 24. Whoso is partner with a thief hates his own soul. He hears cursing and bewrays it not. Bewrays, reveals, disclose, or betrays. Okay? So you want to be part of the wicked to promote their wickedness? Well, you're going to be punished also. Verse 25, the fear of man brings a snare, but whoso puts his trust in Yahushua shall be safe. Right? And the way the wicked does it, the Edomites, they sit back, because they got every, how can I say it, every angle, right, control or take over, If you go to their building of the people dressed in white, the witchcraft, we're here to help you, they'll stick it to you, right? If you're getting old and you think that, it's time, which you won't find in the Bible, by the way. You won't find in the Bible retirement, okay? Something for you elders lead out there to think about, because they're out there in the witchcraft industry are waiting, right? What a best way for you here, sign this, and now mandate that you have to take this, this, and that. Something to think about. And pray to Yahweh Shai. Verse 26. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from Yahweh Shai. Woo! Let's go to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 6. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. You gotta be careful with the wicked giving gifts, especially when they say, we're here to help you, here, sign this. And once you sign, right? Oh no, buddy, that's it. Better to trust your faith and everything on Yahweh Shai, and wherever he guides you, right? Just like with Moses. When Moses was kicked out of Egypt, he didn't know where he was going to go, if he was going to make it, right? And look what happened. He got blessed, okay? See, the Edomites want to keep insisting that they they're in control, when it's actually Yahweh Shai who's in control of all things, okay? Did I read verse 9? A false witness, verse 8. He that giveth wisdom love his own soul. He that keeps understanding shall find good. Verse 9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall perish. See? So, now that through technology, which soon they're gonna what's that word I'm looking for? They're gonna come, turn off the internet, famine of the word. That we have seen how the trickery, right, of the wicked are. They call everything a law, right? But if a law is against the Constitution, it's not a law. It's not in void. Of course, they're not going to care that it's, against the Constitution. But it's the individual person who has to stand in faith in the name of Yahweh Shai. If they want to take your life away, so be it. Right? Trust in Yahweh Shai and not in these wicked bastards Edomites. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to leave it with Proverbs 29. I believe I'm going to go to, give me a minute. 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. So what the wicked are doing very hard is to create chaos. So you don't remember, you so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, who you really are, and the importance of repenting before it's too late. I hope you find this edifying, and with that I'll say shalom.